As it turns out, that GTA Trilogy Remaster trailer, the one that we watched and everyone was freaking out about, and you and I thought, you know what? It's not that bad looking. As it turns out, we saw the cream of the crop in that trailer, Mr. Black.
We saw the cream.
That was the peak. And man, was it ever a long way down. And it didn't take long for that to start the journey on the way down on the other side of that release. I can't even list all the crazy shit that has gone horribly wrong with this trilogy remaster. I'm sure you've seen lots of it in your timeline, given you're in the RP scene. Lots of people probably posting about it, but holy crap. As it turns out, that was the cream of the crop. Harsh Reality sent it pretty quick upon the release of the internet being flooded with horrific examples of broken gameplay, nearly hilariously jank visuals, and more. The trilogy was in fact taken down for sale for some time, as it was discovered that the old hot coffee minigame, you remember that back in the day?
Yes.
So if you don't know, if you're not old enough to remember this, way back when San Andreas first popped off, somebody found out through some data mining. I know it's hard to believe that old timers like us could possibly data mine so long ago, but we did. And when they data mined that, they discovered that, hey, there's a mini game in here that isn't technically in the full release. And as it turns out, it was a sex mini game called Hot Coffee on the back end of that. And it was everywhere.
A hot mess.
Holy shit, they had main public, they had like mainstream talking about this shit, because it was of course another avenue to come at video games, is teaching the youths all the bad stuff in life, like running over hookers and having sex with hookers, you know, all the terrible things that you can do in real life, doing them in Grand Theft Auto. And so what actually came of that eventually was a lawsuit against the company that then saw them take the, have revisions out to take it out, and they say, I think they paid $20 million at the time for that lawsuit out. So you would think that doing a remaster and re-release, that they might also want to not have it in there. As it turns out, somebody overlooked that and forgot to take the files out, and so they're still there. And so they had to take them off of the storefronts to figure that out. The bigger problem is, of course, that there's a physical release on the Nintendo Switch, and the Switch stuff still has all this shit in it, and there's not a hell of a lot they can do about it. So that's a bit of a hurdle for them to try and get over. But I mean, the visuals, everyone's probably seen them now. I mean, they in the trailer, they were not too bad. But oh my god, the rain effect is like abysmal. The characters look like they got put through a fucking like Ruffles Chips crinkler machine. It's just like everything and anything you can imagine is just so broken. When they upscaled the graphics, they obviously sent it through like a really cheap AI like upsampler, and so you ended up with like the donut shop that's supposed to have a nut next to it, like a nut and bolt, like a nut next to it doesn't look like a nut, it's just a circle now. So it's just a donut circle next to another circle that's gray. The really funny part was some of the, like the kind of campy names that they gave the shops that would just be like, you could barely read them because the resolution was so low, but like storefronts and shit, they had names. So the AI obviously couldn't quite interpret all of them, and so when they redid the letters, like when the AI upscaled all of this, they're like misspellings everywhere. Shit's just all fucky all over the place. And one of my favorite ones, just to put a point on this that made me laugh, was I think it was on the Switch version, but somebody just to see just how broken everything was, they had a sneaking suspicion, so they went over to one of the vending machines in the game. You know how you can buy soda in San Andreas at the vending machine, so they just bought like 50 cans of soda at this one vending machine, and it hard locked and crashed the game. And it was so broken that they couldn't load any of the files on that file, and they had to completely restart the console and start a new file because it was like some sort of weird memory buffer overload just because they bought 50 cans of soda at a vending machine. So, not the most meticulously well looked after remaster in the history of remasters. And certainly not making it any better is the fact that they took, of course, all of the original series, that digital versions anyway, off of storefront. So unless you have physical copies of the originals now, the only version of these games digitally you can get your hands on legally is the Ruffles Crinkle Cut French Fry Character Simulator 2021. Kind of sad to see, honestly.
Yeah.
That they got treated like that because they're kind of important games for Rockstar. So don't buy them. If you even can. I don't know if they got back on the storefronts yet, or if they're still down because of the hot coffee thing. I don't know. But maybe don't buy them. Just stick to the old ones. You're better off. You were going. I think you said you might dip your toes in this, but I suspect that's kind of put an end.
No, I'm not going to do that now. Oh, if it's a hot mess, I'm not going to play it. Forget that.
It's a hot mess, and unfortunately, it's like a hot mess in a way that's only like mildly entertaining. It's not the right kind of broken to be consistently entertaining. It's just like it's just broken.
It's just annoying broken.
It's just annoying broken.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I forgot this one. I even posted just for you to watch, not for us to watch on. But I don't know if you clicked on that Twitter link yet. But there's a good one where if you wiggle your car, just driving your car, and you go left and right, left and right, left and right, the car just keeps getting bigger. Like it expands horizontally. The model just keeps stretching more and more and more. So if you watch the video I posted there,
Interesting.
it gets to a point where the car is literally as wide or more wide than a single lane of traffic. The wheels get all fucked up. Everything just starts fucking stretching. Just for moving the car back and forth, left and right.
Wow, I'm watching it. Holy maybe I should buy this. Wow.
Tell me that's not impressive.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's the kind of shit where like some programmer somewhere was crying because they're like, it's like something that wires got crossed somewhere and the outcome was your car expands when you wiggle it back and forth. But there you go. So GTA Remaster, more like somebody said in chat, more like a D-master at this point. It's kind of going backwards.